Good afternoon, I'm Malcolm Jordan and this is your midday news fix for Thursday, the 15th of January. The US is thinning out personnel at its Qatar military base, its largest in the Middle East, as speculation builds about possible US action in Iran. Donald Trump's abruptly announced today the killings have stopped in Iran. He's been threatening to move on reports thousands of Iranians have died in violent crackdowns of anti-government demonstrations. Sky News defence analyst Michael Clark says non-essential staff are leaving the Qatar base.
Get people who don't need to be there out of the way so as to avoid any accidents in effect. So that's sensible precautions. Doesn't really mean that anything is about to happen. It might.
Former Reserve Bank Governor Don Brash says incumbent Anna Bremen was right to add her name to support for her US counterpart. Banking leaders worldwide are standing behind Jerome Powell, who claims he's being pursued in a criminal investigation as retribution for not cutting interest rates as Donald Trump wanted. Foreign Minister Winston Peters has criticised Bremen, but Brash says she's joining every major bank governor globally. He told Andrew Dickens a law unanimously passed in 1989 protects our Reserve Bank from political interference.
The Reserve Bank has some statutory independence in monetary policy, and I think she was simply exercising that.
Police say hours before they were called to a home at Waitarere Beach to find a man dead and 3 injured, they'd been called to reports of an unlicensed firearm. They seized a dismantled firearm, parts and ammunition from a shed after being called about 7:15 p.m. Hours later, they found a 60-year-old dead and a 46-year-old woman and 2 young men with critical injuries. Manawatu local commander Inspector Ross Grantham says scene examinations will take several days.
It is early days, but the police will remain a heavy police presence in the area while we conduct our inquiries and complete the investigation.
The US, Denmark and Greenland have launched a high-level working group as talks over the future of the territory continue. Danish and Greenland officials have this morning met with US Vice President J.D. Vance at the White House as Donald Trump pushes to take control of Greenland. Danish Foreign Minister Lars Rasmussen calls the talks frank but constructive despite differing perspectives.
We agreed to try to sit down to explore whether there is possibilities to accommodate the concerns of the president, while we at the same time respect the red lines of the Kingdom of Denmark.
More housing choices for the young and the old as new granny flat rules come into force. From today, dwellings up to 70 square metres can now be built without resource or building consents. It's expected to speed the process by as much as 14 weeks and save $5,600 in consenting costs. Housing Minister Chris Bishop says it's another option for people wanting to downsize or get on the housing ladder. To sport, Scott Robertson's tenure as All Blacks coach is under threat after adverse feedback was delivered via the end-of-year reviews with player-driven frustrations over coaching and culture. He's 2 years into a 4-year deal. Jane Patterson has been appointed Netball New Zealand's interim chief executive and Chelsea Lane will become the performance boss for the Silver Ferns. Continuing the theme, the Black Foils will have a new coach for the SailGP season starting this weekend in Perth. Matt Stephen comes in for Artemis-bound Sam Meach. I'm Malcolm Jordan. That's your latest news fix. We'll be back with the next update at 5 p.m. from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.